All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to VR Master League here on Channel 1. It is OCE time and, well, let's see here. We got Divinity and we've got PAMWOW and the Pally. So this is Echo. It's not overtime, not quite yet, but we are here online. PAMWOW, what's going on?
Yeah, a lot going on here. We got a new matchup just as the usual, you know, always keeping things interesting here. Divinity heading up against Raging Redbacks. And yeah, these two teams not heading up against each other just yet in terms of professional VRML. So always looking forward to these types of games. Palidore, how are you doing, mate?
Oh, good. I noticed the distinct lack of lightsabers on your end this time.
It's still here. I have it ready. Just so any slip ups and it's here.
Hold on, I gotta make sure this doesn't drip all over this time. I still got my straw. Don't test me, boy.
Well, it does seem as though the players are already ready to go here, so we might be heading into the game relatively soon. So that's good news out of the way. You don't have to worry about any more lightsabers for now.
Yeah, that's excellent news. You know, I was telling you just before we went live that we were destined to cast tonight. You know why? Because earlier in North America had back-to-back matches. The first match had a player named Sokka in it. The second match had a player named Zuko in it. I kid you not.
Wow, it's just too good to be true. It was meant to be, and also meant to be Orion finding that pass over to Bob Jeffrey, winding the shot down, barely missing the goals, but behind the goals, trying to recover the disc. Tarina with the disc off the backboard, but that's going to be Spider with the recovery there.
Nice little save to start that off on Tarina, who normally is the one in the goal saving. On the defensive end of the floor. With that said, Koini will get the clear out to the left lane, and here we go, off to the races once again as, well, first and with a lot of time to spare. That is some nice open goalage from Koini, some coinage.
Yeah, Raging Redbacks racing back to the orange side of the field and just finding that open goal for 3 points, opening up the game. And you guys in chat are making me blush here. Koala Kid, everyone in the chat, he's hot from Drewy. You know, I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. I do try to maintain this pretty face of mine, but, you know, sometimes when too much dubstep action happens, it can definitely increase those wrinkle lines. So I've tried my best here.
Yes, we only have the most youthful of casters here in VRML. That you can be assured. Bob Jeffrey with the disc, though, and yes, shout out to all you guys in chat. I'll go to sleep after this, don't you worry, but right now I'm wide awake.
Whoa.
Just like Bob Jeffrey, someone called Katy Perry on that note, but it's the 2 points on the board.
Yeah, great comeback there from Divinity. Actually, Divinity as a team winning their 2 previous games against Dragon Slayers and Flaming Chaos here, which Palidore and I have casted those 2 games, Palidore on his own for that Dragon Slayer match. But 2 great matches overall. If you want to take a look at them, check out the VODs, check out the videos, posted on the YouTube channel there, because definitely great videos to watch in general. And yeah, Raging Redbacks here, however, haven't played a VRML match yet as of this season here, so always looking for these new teams to, you know, just pop out of nowhere, because they bring a lot of interesting stuff to the table as that disc. Oh my goodness, Palidore.
That would have been one of the many, many strange and exciting bounce shots I've seen here this season. But that said, a quick recovery on the floor will be had by Tarina, but getting stunned out actually by Coiny there into the midfield. And back into the tunnel where Bob Jeffrey has to be dealing with that defense nearby. But then we'll get to the Pac-Man area and have a push up here at the floor.
Yeah, and a great play there from Bob Jeffrey. They're actually winding the disc around to the backboard. Unfortunately, unable to get that one into the goals there. However, was able to find the pass over to the teammate. Now back to Bob Jeffrey, who slings it in for 2. And all of that stemming from that one great play there from Bob Jeffrey, pushing himself away from the above that left tunnel area and just avoiding the members of Raging Redbacks in general. Which reminds me, do you guys have Redbacks back there in America?
I was actually going to ask what that is. I assume, given the Australian context, it must surely be a snake.
It is, close, a spider, a poisonous spider here. Like Jita Spire there on Raging Redbacks, which may or may not be one of the reasons for the name, as we see Tarina reclaiming the disc again and sending it for 6 points total.
Hey, it's Gaming Tim in the chat and here inside the arena. Gaming Time.
It's Gaming Tim.
Gaming Tim. Yes, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, the meme, all of the above. Oh, also shout out to Wazy, Chronos, Zodiac, Ali, Tex. What's Texas doing in the house? Rowdy Artifact, Rowdy and Texas. We're Merca up in here. Welcome to this late night stream, as well as Age of Victoria, Soggy Bunnings, and let's continue on.
Yeah, shout out to Gaming Team though in the chat there with his YouTube videos. Oh my goodness, shout out to Orion AU with the save there. And definitely defending that lead that they've got here. Divinity still 6 points to 3 with 6 minutes remaining on the timer, as that disc will linger in the Raging Redbacks. I'm not sure. I don't even know how you can make a pun out of that one. I feel like you're kind of thinking, what can I do with bedbacks now? But I'm actually going to be surprised.
Look, if you think I can't make a pun out of something, you are sleeping on me. But I'm going to put that myth to bed right now. So let's see. That disc not getting red, but they're getting back after all into the tunnel. As Coiny here grabs that disc and is going to attack that backboard. Rebound, though, into the outer edge on that boot.
Wow. You see, this is what happens when you doubt Palidore, chat. Never doubt him, okay? I was merely providing an example of what happens when you doubt him. And, well, you're welcome. I did the hard work for you. As Coiny likes to do the hard work for the team here, trying to send that one for a mail slot, but unfortunately getting taken away there by Bob Jeffrey, sending it through that left tunnel.
And Vague might have an avenue there, however, no boost will unfortunately undo the opportunity, as it does ding off that corner post from that tight angle. Coiny taking it over into the midfield, a couple of midfielders there, squeezes by them as a matter of fact, so now some more boosts down the floor into another exposed goal. A couple of slowly floating players, and then one faster stack will be a 1v3 situation essentially, so Kaz are just trying to get back to the other side, it looks like.
Fun fact as well, if you take a look... Oh, wait a minute. Stole that for a second. Here come the regrabs from Divinity. They might be able to find a few points here. Winding around, baiting out the keeper. Tarina doing very well in that one-on-one. But yeah, taking a strong lead here, Divinity. Fun fact, if you take a look at Raging Redback's icon in the VRML page, It's a bit cropped out from the left, so it says aging Redbacks. And honestly, I'm not saying like we have the most youthful players here in VRML, but I don't think they're that old.
I don't know. I mean, shout out old Jack Burton, I guess, as Bob
Oh.
Jeffrey hitting that shot. You know what you call that one? That's some Red Bed redemption right there.
Yeah, shout out to old Jack on that one. However, PAMWOW Palidore, you are gaming. No, you're gaming, Tim. Appreciate that one. You know he's gaming Divinity at the moment. 3 minutes 55 on the timer. 11 points to 3. Definitely the lead you want to be in with 3 minutes 50 on the timer.
You know, maybe you can be gaming and I can be Tim. Together we make that duo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can make some Tim for that.
You know what they say in VRML here? The Tim is now. But that's at a rebound by Jitter Spider.
Yeah, and Jitter Spider with that disc here, taking the time with that pass, not looking to cough up the possession, just quickly there to the mid-side Coiny. Oh, don't tell me, off the roof, off the backboard. It wasn't meant to be, bouncing off the top of that rim, and all players starting out each other here, trying to fight for that disc. It will be Coiny in the end, resetting it back there to Jitter Spider.
Jitter Spider over to Eli, and Eli trying to read a pass somewhere over there to Kaza, but Kaza has a tight angle, couldn't really do much with it except get stunned, so Bob Jeffrey does lose out that disc and sends it out into the midfield, that is. Vague the recovery, actually no, slipping by, so it's going to give an opportunity as Kaza dealing some damage on some brawls and just some slapaways on the disc, at least making it troublesome for them to get a clear on this side of the floor.
Yeah, and Divinity, I'm really glad to see how they're not really letting go of this pressure here. They have that lead, but they're still not letting go of it, you know, trying to force as many points as they can into the goal and, you know, carry a bit of that momentum like we discussed in our previous matches, how important it is to carry that momentum into the next rounds in terms of, you know, this game. So, you know, 11 points to 3 and still chasing away that disc will be Tarina, actually able to grab a hand on it, sending it over to Vague, a 3-on-2 situation in the goals. Oh, went for the pass and barely missing the teammate there.
We have a Coiny 2 in the chat. There's 2 coins. I believe that's counterfeiting, and then we do not tolerate that here in VRML. But nonetheless, welcome to the stream. As Tarina making a play up top to Bob Jeffrey. Bob, not a lot of momentum, so finds that pass. An extra one. Too much sauce, hard on the catch. But the save on that put back into the goal.
Oh, one of the worst feelings to get as a keeper, but one of the best feelings to have as a striker. You know, you find that save as the keeper. You're like, all the glory in your hands. I can't believe I did it. Let's go. I'm going to go clear it. Oh, what's that steel sound? Wait a minute. Wait, what are these beams of light? Oh, they got 2 points.
What are these beams of light? I say that to myself every single night, but totally unrelated to this game. That said, in the bottom of the floor, never you mind. It's going to be taken here by Tarina. And Tarina, there's the lights again. PAMWOW, help me.
I was a bit taken away after that comment, but a slam dunk there from Divinity, just slamming those points in the face of Raging Redbacks. Raging Redbacks, they did have that opening 3-pointer at the start of this round, but those were the only points they were going to get a taste of for the remainder of the round here, unless they can find a few here with 1 minute 10 remaining on the timer. A clear through the right tunnel. They're still able to grab onto that one Spider, sending it down below to the orange tunnel, unable to grab a hand on it.
Well, they might have a shot here, though. Oh, trying to shield, but maybe missed time a little bit, losing the disc out, but getting the recovery credit to Coiny. So Coiny will actually dislodge it, send it over into the bubble, but back to Vague on this recovery. Less than a minute remaining, and after those 3 points a little earlier on, have not been able to get scores back on the board, and now they just need to get back on the defense.
Yep, and Bob Jeffrey looking at the teammates coming up and avoiding that member of Raging, but, you know, just pressuring that pass in general, and a great read there from Coiny intercepting that pass.
And Coiny and Eli stacking up, trying to recover the disc. They will do just that. Enough time, certainly, for at least one more score here to end it. But again, one of those passes, a bit too much power put behind it. And that's one of those situations where, you know, if a team isn't quite calmed down enough sometimes, it's easy to get into those modes where you throw a little bit too hard. But I think, you know, with that, they have another minute after this to rest, recuperate, and figure out the game plan for the next round after Divinity showed up strong in the first.
Yeah, well, turnovers definitely do bring a lot of pressure into the game here. I feel like when you are re-grabbing towards the other side of the field and you're saying, hey, we've got this situation, 3 versus 1, we can definitely get these points here, let's just get these passes done. If you're just caught up in that moment, you're definitely going to, unfortunately, have those passes where it's just a bit more extra power and not enough aim. It does happen to the best of us here in VRML, so definitely, it's not something that should be taken into a shock factor, I should say. Raging Redbacks trying to come back here within the last few seconds of that round there, unfortunately missing on that pass. However, Divinity starting out very strong here, looking to carry it into the second round.
Yeah, and again, you mentioned this team has not, as a roster, played here in VRML. This is actually their first match, but it was a nicely hype-voted match. Of course, we've seen Divinity a handful of times over the weeks. Here we know what they're capable of, but all things considered, you know, I still don't think the difference is quite as big as it might seem here. You know, on the North American side, there's been a couple new teams by roster anyways that I've streamed this week as well in the Diamond Division over in NA, and although they lost their matches, they were going to third rounds. They were very close, and yeah, I mean, we hit 400 teams globally this week, so
wow,
there's a lot of teams, you know, coming into the league, and just a matter of time, you know, until these newer teams get that chemistry going. Maybe even in this round, we shall see, and we shall hope, I suppose.
Yeah. There's definitely those starting few rounds with any new team where it's all about just getting that chemistry ready with your team. You know, just credit to Raging Redbacks here, not doing too bad. I mean, we take a look at the scoreboard all the time and just it tends to kind of set that mood of how the teams are performing in general. But I really feel like the scoreboard definitely is it's like a kind of a misleading factor when you take a look at these games, because these players are definitely putting in a lot more work than I think the scoreboard does give them credit for. So Raging Redbacks are definitely putting in a lot of work here, as we see Vague now might be sending that disc over underneath the backboard there.
And making a play right on it, but no saving it, and that's what we mean. See, plays like that, I mean, they've got the chops, they've got the defensive chops here, but still staying here on this side of the floor is what's going to be killer if they can't get those clears underway, but still a nice defensive stand. They're going to have to do it again, however.
Yep, and I accidentally forgot to make that shout out in the chat here. Someone requested to alarm Coiny. Oh my goodness, that was a headbutt. Oh my goodness, that was a headbutt. Bob Jeffrey. Just didn't even need the hands in that one. Just went straight for it. You know, that's called using your head.
Indeed, and ahead of the game he is. What were we gonna shout out there in the chat? There's a lot of chat going on actually. So
yeah, I read a message saying tell Coiny that Emily says hello. So Coiny, Emily says hello, and that's all that needed to be said about that one. So yeah.
Well, can I say hello also?
I didn't see any particular shout out for that, so I think that's a hard no on that one. I'm sorry about that one, Palidore. Yeah, it's
I see the lights again. PAMWOW, take over.
It's okay. I mean, you might get a special request sooner or later, as we see a special attack here coming from Raging Red Bulls, but that stun on the pass there in the mid side, unfortunately missing that pass from Raging Redbacks here. So Raging Redbacks, they're doing very well in terms of getting that disc up to the bubble. Oh my goodness, a close shot there indeed. But it's just those last few passes that just aren't connecting for Raging Redbacks here, so definitely something to look out for.
Aha! Char says hello to Coiny. Thank you. I feel complete. Jitta Spider over into the other side of that floor, but Bob Jeffrey just waiting, looming in there, much like a spider in the trap, trying to get out of that trap and into the tunnel with a quick pass off on the opposite end of the floor. Boosters coming down quickly and being stunned just as quick. And alrighty then, it's 4 points.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on the keeper there from Raging Redbacks. Divinity able to just overwhelm, take the position and the stun, and just follow up with those 2 points here. From a reasonable fought match here, I feel like Divinity definitely just taking a strong lead from the first round and then leading into the second round here with 7 minutes on the timer.
Well, that was a mighty fast joust coming out of there on that note. No time wasted at all on said timer. But on this launch, some good passing right here in the midfield. They're trying to just space out a little bit and find their angles if they can, but pouncing on them is Vague, and another turnover, unfortunately. Hashtag PAMWOW. I like the sound of that as it goes back into the blue.
Say PAMWOW or PALWOW. I always felt like PALWOW sounded like a Pokemon. That's something that a Pokemon would say. But PAMWOW is always just that iconic. You've heard it before. You've heard it from Palidore himself. I feel like that is kind of the iconic phrase you'd hear. But you know what? I'm more welcome to a change here and there.
Well, okay. If we were PALWOW and if we were a Pokemon, what would we sound like, Pam?
Oh, g'day, mate. Oh yeah, how's it going? I don't know.
Yeah, good day, puns, or something, I don't know.
All right. Okay.
Pundas.
We stick to Palidore. Stick to Palidore. Okay. No more PAMWOW. Palidore. Here it is.
Palidore.
Okay.
But I feel like Palidore is more like it's something you'd see on late night television, right? Or PAMWOW. Actually, no, PAMWOW more like that, but cleaning up like ShamWow, it's Tarina on the 6 points. How about that?
Yeah, definitely utilizing that open disc there. I feel like both teams fighting back and forth here, and that's the point that I was kind of trying to make earlier. See the points on the score here, 6-0. Okay, sure enough, yes. But Raging Redbacks just put in so much fight for that one possession, and I'm just unfortunately unable to grab their hands on that last possession there, which led to those points. So I'm not trying to just dust them under the carpet just yet, because Divinity just are definitely having their work not just cut out for them. They have to fight for each possession.
Yeah, well, exactly. Another turnover here, or interception rather, in the midfield. So look at another shot at it. It's definitely the offense that they're getting stifled in a bit here for Raging Redbacks. You see the aggressive defense in the midfield just kind of forcing these clears and these deep shots just into the goalkeepers. But that said, on this end of the floor and in the midfield, they are doing work. So they've got half the puzzle figured out.
Yep, half the puzzle figured out indeed, and I feel like that's all it is. Like you mentioned earlier, time will heal everything. I feel like through time and just dedication, practice, these teams will sprout into the teams that you see now that are ranked higher on the Oceanic ladder, like Leviathan, who we'll be watching later today, heading up against SoFreeVR. Not to be confused with FreeVR, because if you take a look in the bio of SoFreeVR, it clearly states that they are the better version of FreeVR, apparently.
Huh, well, I guess I'll have to try. Of course, VRML, it's so free. Echo Arena, so free. All of us are so free and happy to be right here on the cast. I gotta shout you guys out as maybe another scoring attempt goes off here. Why did I say scoring? I don't know. I turned into, what's his face? Sean Connery for a minute, but nonetheless, it's Orion with a disc and trying to make a play in there. Tarina just waiting for the right time, but not the right angle, not 90 degrees. Now heating up on the defensive end, that's 100 degrees, or I guess Celsius. You use Celsius there, right? Anyways, America. Yeah, anyways, back to the trap here. Sorry, Pam, I'm just a fish out of water, or water, as the case may be.
I'm sorry to hear that. Here comes Orion AU now with the disc, sending it up to the goals. The slap away from Coiny. Didn't want to see any of that business in the goals there, slapping it away. Oh, trying to get a hand on it again. Coiny able to find the reset potentially. They're all fighting for the disc here. Able to reach out for it. Vague now, off the shoulder, and that's going to bounce off. Oh my goodness, for two.
Not just off the shoulder, also had Dusty there, so I guess dust off the shoulder if you get my drift. Wow.
I'm liking that one. I'm liking the play of words there. And also play of words, Redbacks. Speaking of Redback spiders, that is like one of the origins of how I am actually an Australian arachnophobe. Did you know that I'm an arachnophobic in Australia?
I didn't know that it was possible to live in Australia and simultaneously be afraid of anything.
It's not a good combo. It is not a good combo. When I was younger, there was a redback in my room. There was also a whitetail. They were fighting. It was an interesting experience. It was a scary experience, and it was an experience that I wish never happened. But regardless, redbacks will always kind of re-trigger that burning memory inside of me. I may or may not be fidgeting in my seat right now. Here comes Bob Jeffrey with the clear through the mid side.
And you must be seeing some lights too. I guess it's contagious, but alas, Spider, speaking of, is right there with a clear, trying to get a grab into that trap, taken over by Coiny. Coiny losing the handles for just a bit as Bob Jeffrey bothers with some stuns. Nonetheless, that's going to sail. That's mighty close, a little bit low, however. But rebound here could still get the job done. Trying to juke, and the very tough angle on that shot will buy them at least a rebound on the other end. Good positioning by Eli. Tries to find the bottom of the goal. Another rebound, and now the sound of the goal.
Yeah, great follow-up there from Raging Redbacks. I mean, I feel like if there's something to take away here from Raging Redbacks, they are doing very well in terms of following up on that clear disc. They are doing very well in terms of finding themselves in those situations where the disc is cleared and they are able to just follow up on it inside the bubble. No problems with that. And all it is being persistent with those passes, being persistent with those comms, because that's what's going to lead to the points at the end of the day. Like we just saw there, they didn't let go of those shots. They didn't let the clear get past them, and they just kept those shots coming. And if they can do that, well, they're definitely going to find points like we just saw there.
Oh, absolutely, and it still might not be over yet. There's a grab by Kaza, but couldn't get a goal. Unfortunately, there was one in the goal. And a smart play here by Divinity, because knowing that they have the time advantage, the slight point advantage, as long as they don't give up any threes, they should be able to ride off into the sunset here as this round does come to a close somewhat soon. But definitely as you noted, making them work for it here on the Raging Redback side.
Yeah, sneaky break check there from Bob Jeffrey earlier by the double diamond and ducking down, avoiding the members of Raging Bulls. Just it shows great awareness to have in those type of situations. Just taking a second to wait up, find the passes to your teammates. Oh, the steal there from Coiny, denying those shots, denying the dunk possibly there from Divinity as he finds that clear through the left tunnel.
Yeah, good defense again, so this could produce maybe another set of points here. A short-range pass, a bit tough on the catch because of that, and Tarina diving out there, recognizing the situation, getting a midfield pass off to Vague, and Vague with his take, and this team in Divinity not making too many mistakes. Bob Jeffrey, content to walk this up for maybe a one more goal or so, just walking it up, waiting and winding, finding, and they will be indeed dining one more time. Orion AU saying, I'll see you after this round 2.
Yeah, wow. Great sets of points there coming from Divinity throughout these 2 rounds. And also, Gaming Tim in the chat asking, should I become a caster? You are more than welcome to become a caster, my friend, my mate. We could definitely use your clout, mate. I feel like if you bring that success of your YouTube channel, that's definitely booming recently. We'll have a lot to talk about, let's just say that. And anyone welcome to join the casting crew, joining the camera crew, whatever you want to join, even production. We've all got it here at VRML, and definitely always looking for new people to join. So sign yourself up. You can see it in the Discord. You can find the appropriate links in the Discord, appropriate assistance from anyone. Even shoot me a DM. I'll help you out. But yeah, always looking and welcome for new members. And yeah, that will be Divinity and Raging Redbacks. Divinity definitely doing very well, just maintaining with that point lead throughout both rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. They were in pretty good control. They still had to work and take a lot of shots at times to get what they wanted going, but just that extra added chemistry experience there. As you see, Divinity, this would be their 14th game. They will go to an 8-6 record, so a couple games over that at a 50% mark, that half and half. So looking to start off this cycle strong, the last half of this season. That's always good to see. For Raging Redbacks, they'll drop that first game, but it is only one game after all, and there's a process of getting integrated to the season, finding your spot on the ladder, getting some of that chemistry more at work. I think they'll be just fine. Glad to have them here in on this team and as a roster. So hopefully we'll see more of them soon. We got still one more match ahead on that note, though, Pam. This one will be, as you noted, SoFree, as well as Leviathan coming up in just a couple of minutes. But any passing thoughts before we do take a brief intermission here?
Yeah, just wanted to quickly note, Divinity and Raging Redbacks, this was a first matchup on VRML standard, and Leviathan and SoFreeVR, this is going to be another first matchup here. So just keep your eyes out, because these matches are definitely something to behold and something to take note of, especially when these future matches start to develop, because that's when you're going to see. It's like kind of watching the humble beginnings of these teams and then just seeing how they develop over time and how they do contest against each other. So definitely look out for these opening matchups.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do have indeed one more coming up in the next few minutes, basically. So brief intermission. Roll a couple ads from our lovely sponsors, and we'll be back here with you, lovely Twitch folk. Like I said, always got to compliment that, because proportionally, guys, to NA, you guys show up in like really large numbers and active chatting. Just in comparison, something to kind of hold your hat over. And it needs to play some catch up there. Anyways, we'll be back in just a minute.
VRware. Our passion is for the future. Starware. Our passion is for the future.
All right, guys, prepare for trouble and make it double. I don't remember the rest of it, but Palidore, PAMWOW. There we go. Wasn't sure if you were catching on, so I should
Team
just
Palidore come blasting in at a speed of light.
surrender now or prepare to fight. Ooh, almost slung off my headphones.
Prepare for a light saber.
And prepare for boba straws. Also lightsaber.
Yeah, welcome back everybody. We got SoFreeVR heading up against Leviathan here, and I was actually taking a surf at some of those bios recently, and all I'm gonna say is Leviathan. You take a look at that bio, they have quite a few things to take a note of. One of them being the construction of your favorite sandwich. And obviously, me being me, they've asked me what my favorite sandwich would be, and honestly, I think it's just the clearest answer possible. It's just the classic Bunnings snag. You know, you get that Coles white bread, you got that snag, you got the onions. What more could you even ask for? Palidore, your favorite sandwich, mate?
Anything that comes out of old Jack Burton's farm. Top quality merchandise, produce, dairy. I'm lactose and I still eat old Jack Burton's farm products.
That is an ad. That is probably one of the best slogans I've ever heard. I am lactose and I still eat Old Jack's produce. Old Jack Burton, all I'm saying is if you start up that industry, you'll have a lot of supporters on your back. But with that said, SoFreeVR heading up against Leviathan, another first-time matchup here, and a lot to look forward to as SoFreeVR have been placed higher up on the rankings of the Oceanic ladder. So a lot of competitive play to come.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, anytime you're going against the defending champs, and as I say, whether it's in Europe with Team Gravity or North America with Ignite, same here with Leviathan in Oceania. It's just until they fall, you gotta bet on them, right? And they have shown that ability to win. So SoFree, they're gonna have their work cut out for them. Not to say though that they can't show up here and potentially cause some upsets. You never know. We have seen it. I've seen it from Team Gravity. I've seen it with Ignite dropping round or nearly dropping rounds here and there. So it's a case where the talent level in every one of our regions is climbing ever the more. That if the overdog team is just a little bit off one day and the underdog is feeling a little bit good, and in theory the underdog does have less pressure because they don't have the same expectations necessarily when you're going up against a championship thing. So both teams need to show up here for sure. Or else we could be seeing something like that.
And even the fact that they both know that they have to show up in even matches, like even in every single match. I'm loving hearing the open comms even before the match starts, where it's just open banter, talking with each other.
Yeah.
Like although it's a competitive game and everyone is definitely giving it their all. It's such a friendly game. It's just nice to hear these comms coming from these teams here. So yeah, shout out to SoFreeVR and Leviathan. I was taking a listen in on your comms earlier in the game, and there was a lot of love heading out to PAMWOW. So yeah, appreciate it.
Do I dare unmute? Usually half the time, 100% of the time, within about 4 seconds of me unmuting, I'll get a curse on the stream. I'm going to test that right now.
In terms of cursing, I can't give you any guarantees with the Oceanic region, but
well, if there was anything, we didn't hear it.
Yeah. Well, I can be like your spy if you'd like, and I could let you know if anything's happening. But if it means anything, Punda and I believe that's Outback Blazer having a bit of a dance off there.
Oh,
if you want to take a look at that one, yeah. So if that says anything, well, I don't know what else to say.
Jump around,
jump.
Jump up, and get down.
Get down.
Where's your uke?
Oh wait, I don't even know I can play a chord for that. What is that? That's not even is that even a note? Jump. There's no note for that.
There's other songs with the word jump in it, surely. Chat, throw them out there.
Jump. Oh well, Shiro's got jump. So
You
I'm
almost
pretty sure
just
we know
cursed
that
right there. What do you? Anyway, Shiro. Yeah. Well, how about? Oh, Shiro Kimchi. I thought that was almost a Guild Wars reference. Shiro Tagachi. Used to play Guild
That's
Wars
the
a
first
lot.
I've ever heard of it. That was pretty cool.
It was also
again?
on my mind because we had Divinity just play, and whenever I see Divinity, I think of Divinity's Reach, also a Guild Wars thing. I don't know.
That was almost as cool as when you say Echo over time when you just said that. Can you surely give us one more of those, Palidore?
What? A Shiro Tagachi.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
You want my Hanzo too? I like
Wow.
I like Overwatch.
So how long have you actually been a professional Overwatch player, or is this just something you've picked up recently?
You know, I used to play Overwatch was like my #1 game. Not like ever, but I would say it's more like number 2, 3, probably number 3. Hi, Soggy Bunnings. He's waving at us. Let me angle this right. I think that was good. Oh man. But yeah, you know, Overwatch I used to play all the time. And oh, that's Violent Punda. that's AP points. I'm logging this.
Whoa.
Clip that. Clip that.
We don't allow that in. Yeah, sorry, none of that.
Ridiculous. Anyway, I'm just gonna finish that thought before I ever do. Echo Arena is the reason I don't play Overwatch, or for that matter, anything anymore. But if you want Overwatch impressions, I'm chock full of them.
Mate, okay, well, you know what? You heard the man, you heard the man chat. Shoot Palidore, a reference to quote any time, and he will do it for only 5,000 channel points.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm just missing this. Sorry. I think the reason why they're waving and jumping. You guys are unmuted now. If you're listening on the stream, go ahead and do it. Yes! I got the curse within the 4 seconds. Yes! Now you are unmuted. Now you're muted, and I am back. I am back on mute. Without fail. See, I told you. 50% of the time, 100% of the time, I get a curse within 4 seconds.
Look,
I love
They're
it.
making me pull out the lightsaber. You understand what you've done now? You understand? You can't trust the oceanic folk with just remaining clean for 5 seconds. Anyway, well, if you want an unmute now, good luck. That was your one chance. Anyway, this is our one chance. SoFreeVR and Leviathan heading into the joust.
Okay, if it's any consolation, maybe we'll get a little happy birthday later on to Dazzy and Outback. Well, how about that? So into the house, or the steakhouse. Punda, though, losing the handles on that. So it'll be out to real zeros and zeroed out by Outback Blaze, and Blaze in a craze down the floor.
And definitely in a craze with these regrabs, unable to grab onto it just yet, but Goki able to finally find that possession and sending it over, getting cut away from Soggy Bunnies. Great read there as they find that clear through the left tunnel.
Yeah, I saw that Gish, by the way. I just didn't catch it in time. Then by the time I unmuted, it was all too late, as it will be a happy birthday down that orange gate. It's 2 points for zeros.
Yeah, happy birthday to Dazzy, Outback, and Fleesh as well. You know, I'm not sure if that's actually true or not, but happy birthday regardless. As we head into the Just Advantage for SoFreeVR.
Do you know how to play Happy Birthday on your ukulele? Maybe we'll end that way this time.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna make it a goal now to quickly figure out if I can do that. Give me a second.
All right. Well, nonetheless, into the wedge here. A quick stack is gonna take that back. Maybe too quick of a shot gets rid of it. Soggy unable to make it count, but it will be Gaki making that one count, knocking it out with a great stun down the floor on a bowling ball clear. But look how fast that stack recovered for Leviathan as they clear it back the opposite side.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I think I could get it. I think we can arrange it. Anyway, here comes a pass across the trench to the Real Zeros here. Real Zeros now doing what he does best, dancing around, sending it back for the reset, and Jim Breed now with the possession.
All right, Jimboree walking up the floor. So we got the ukuleles, we got the Jimboreens, the tambourines, and getting really mean into the goal. 4th points for Jim. And 2 minutes in.
Yep, 2 minutes in and already so much action to behold here. 8 minutes on the timer. Leviathan with a 4-point lead here. So SoFreeVR with another Just Advantage here. Let's just see if they can bring something different to the table here with their second Just Advantage as they leave the tunnels with those regrabs. And Leviathan definitely putting some pressure on with the regrabs of their own.
Certainly are. Gaki, though, eyeing down that bouncer off that top ceiling. It will rebound just about into the waiting hands of Outback, who does throw hands down there with Soggy, but doesn't get the disc back. So Soggy now with said disc, just waiting and trying to find an angle, or at least buy a little time for those stacks to get out there. But they're getting broke up a little, so, hey, take back by Daisy Hazy here. One of the two potential birthday people, maybe, allegedly, and back to Gaki now.
And the thing is with Daisy Hazy, I feel like although it's definitely the correct pronunciation, I'll always say, wait a minute. Okay, good on Leviathan for finding those regrabs to secure those points, but I legitimately thought that was sailing in for the three-pointer. That would have been a crazy one, but great play there from Leviathan in general. Although Daisy Hazy, I'm pretty sure is the correct pronunciation, I will always say Dazzy Hazy. I'm not sure if it's it's just because of, you know, my accent or not, but it just sounds right to me. And it probably isn't, but it sounds right.
And that's all that counts, just like Palipam, PAMWOW, PAMWOW, Punda. Wow, 8 points on the scoreboard. I don't know. I think I said every combination except the right one there, but regardless.
I feel like all those ones were right in their own way, you know? Bring them out anytime you want, and I'll agree wholeheartly. SoFreeVR now with another Just Advantage.
And to the chat, answering the question there to Tex. Front row, if you donate at least 100 bits there through the extension in the video player, then you'll get a little avatar there. You can customize it and whatnot, and also activate emojis, and basically just kind of a way to have your name on the streams and replays for the next 1 month is how long it lasts. As distributing that disc, that was a really nice pass, and they'll get on the board now for SoFree, finally breaking free off that gift wrap play.
Yeah, that was a great shot there from Outback Blaze here, making his way in for the cut-in and just placing the disc underneath all the goalies there. It was a bit crammed in the goals there for a second from Leviathan, but able to sneak the disc in the lower half of the goal and just finding those 2 points for their team.
So launching out after, on the first offensive joust for Leviathan in this round. Seeing what they can produce out of it. That disc getting loose a bit, and, well, a one-on-one provided 2 real zeros from Soggy Bunning Snags. And they're up 8 points again.
Yeah, something you can definitely note-take about Leviathan is if they are scored on, they will almost immediately try and answer back as quickly as possible. They are not fans of getting that momentum switched on to them, as even took an interview earlier on in the year with Soggy Bunnings, as he said, setting the tone is probably definitely one of the most important things you can do in this game. And honestly, I do agree after watching some of these plays that they make.
That was a wild juke there from Gaki, however, an intercept there to Soggy. And yeah, absolutely, that's wise words indeed, setting that tone and setting it right as they go into the top pocket there, right over the reach of Dazzy, or Daisy, or Hazy, or whatever Pam prefers moment to moment.
Yeah, well, Gaming Tim says that Dazza is probably the easiest solution, which is what Gaming Tim refers to them as. So, you know what, Dazza sounds good to me. Probably one of the most Australian you can get. I don't know if you've ever heard of how Australians like to say things like with an azza at the end. Like if you're Brian, they'll call you Bazza. If they're, oh my goodness, but what a wowzer of a shot. The real zero is 3 points.
And yeah, with that, 15 strong ones in this round for Leviathan, so they're getting everything they want at this point, and still a lot of time to spare. Definitely a heavy-hitting scoring output as SoFreeVR finds themselves in a position of just needing to score, even if they can't come back in this round, but they still would just love to score because, as you mentioned, all about the tone setting and being able to, more importantly, just rhythm set as well going into the latter portions of this one.
Yeah, and Punta wanted to quickly take advantage of that open goal there. Tried the 180, quickly fling into the goals there. Unfortunately, that momentum carrying the disc down towards the left region of the bubble there. However, they are able to, you know, maintain that pressure and glitch into the wall for a second. Soggy might have lost tracking, unfortunately, there, as Goki is able to quickly gather that disc and go for the shot, bouncing off the backboard, able to they're trying to re-grab and follow up on the disc here, and Outback Blaze able to quickly secure it, sending it back to the backboard. Dazza back to Zane, and Zane for 2.
Well done on capitalizing there on the situation. I had to take an extra second just to stop and watch Soggy there. I feel like that punch on him was just totally rude and unnecessary. He was already out of the game, so I gotta call that out. That's a foul, 15-yard penalty. But regardless, SoFree able to get a couple scores on the board now, and good for them. This is what they want to do in the latter third of this round.
Yeah, something you can definitely notice within these Oceanic games is people put a lot of effort into the stun. It's not like a simple, we're just going to press the trigger button and hold it next to your face. They wind up that punch, and honestly, I agree with you. That's a foul. Get him off the field. We'll maybe find a sub, anything. I'll even join in, who knows. But here comes Dazza now with the possession, sending it through the mid.
Well, with that, that's going to open things up. Oh, but a tough shot on that. Fading away was Zane. Didn't really have the momentum, and those shots a lot tougher than you would expect at times if you hadn't taken those shots before. If you're not familiar with Echo, just not able to have that forward momentum on your shots does cause a lot of disruption. And Jimboree, well, showing exactly why that forward momentum is good. Pushing off that floor, directly torpedoed into the goal.
Yeah, was that with, I believe, was that play with 3 players as well? I'm not sure if Soggy had recovered by then or not, but I think everything's good now. The tracking has been regained. I don't know how they found it. It was lost, but they found it. Here comes SoFreeVR now with the possession.
Must have been love, PAMWOW. Must have been love. But Leviathan here with a disc, and Soggy is back in it for the moment, it would seem, as Punda just tries to pass it over on to Jimboree. Jimboree being stunned, has 3 different players there in the vicinity, so SoFreeVR will break away as Pally says hello to D-Foot in the chat, and Goldridge, as well as well, everyone else. Spencer and a lot of the other familiar faces from the last round. Like I said, chat is lit tonight here in Oceania, and it's fantastic to see.
Yeah, and fantastic to see that pass to the backboard, able to regather it. Oh, but Real Zeros re-grabbing with Punta there to pressure that possession and find the steal. And now taking the time with that clear there and finding it through that left tunnel. But SoFreeVR definitely did well with setting themselves up around the goals there, just unable to execute, as Leviathan unable to execute with that 3-pointer. However, are able to regather that disc and sending it above the cut in the shield, bouncing it away from the teammate, and Goki able to recover it.
So a couple missed chances there, and down the floor, some leeches, some breakaways on said brawl. By the wedge taken by Soggy, however, and that's going to be a pass up to Punda. Punda, the sharpshooter for sure, although the lane is currently closed, so waiting for the boosters to get back into the mix. There's Zeros putting on the brakes, the soft pass, and the finish with a flourish. Punda showing the muscle after the hustle from Zeros.
Yep, and according to new VRML rules, you know what they say, style points, 5 points awarded to Leviathan in bonus for the break check slow pass, and put it in slow motion for a second there.
Style points, indeed, that cam jam rule I talked about. But yeah, with that, they're up to 19, and maybe one time for a quick score. Let's see, 5 seconds left, otherwise the end of this first round is in the books. Here we go to the score screen, courtesy IgniteVR.gg, but fast pace and entertaining on that one. Just purely based on all that pace, like I said, in this region, and also those brawls. Definitely a physical match here.
Yeah, 100%, and I feel like this is sometimes as physical as it can get. I feel like the back and forth action we're seeing with these two teams is always entertaining to watch. SoFreeVR, they're doing so very well with setting themselves up around the bubble of Leviathan. We even saw a situation earlier on where unfortunately they were unable to execute, but the passes were there, the players were set up around the bubble. It was just that final execution. But you know, props to Leviathan, they are doing very well with handling their defensive region, intercepting all the passes they can, because Punda and Real Zeros, if you saw, just always with those regrabs, ready to intercept any pass that's going to happen inside that bubble. And it's that defensive pressure that will lead into those clears that, you know, you follow up on, and that's the type of defense that you really want to have. So SoFreeVR definitely looking to, you know, a bit more aggression, a bit more quick passing within the bubble, because I think that the efficiency that you take into your offensive side of things definitely leads to more points.
I couldn't agree more, although I'm curious now what the strategy is going to be going to this next round, because we are seeing it looks like a handful of substitutions perhaps here on the rosters on both sides, I think. Players dropping from both teams, but other ones coming in to replace potentially. And in fact, I see Silverridge in the game, Goldridge in the chat. Are you the same person or not, I wonder? Well, nonetheless, never gets old, Rich, Goldridge. Glad to see you maybe about to play. Good luck, have fun if you do. Pam, Gaming Tim is asking the opinions on gaming. I need this question answered. What are your opinions on gaming?
My opinions on gaming Tim, or just gaming in general? On gaming, I couldn't be more happy, honestly. Echo, is probably the greatest, one of the greatest things that's ever happened to gaming, at least from my perspective. But in terms of gaming Tim, he's just gaming. Like, it doesn't get better than that. Gaming Tim.
Look. He's the best. He's the best Tim to ever happen to Tims everywhere. Flat out.
True. You know what? And that's just based. Honestly, no one can take that away.
I can try.
Don't.
This is really. I shouldn't. I need to get like a straw that is, not stuck in my drink, because every time I do that, it's just a splatter everywhere. It's not good. Just.
Yeah. All good. Also, so Punda is asking Silver to get on, because Soggy loses tracking once more, and he will die apparently. Hopefully that is not the case here. Yeah, hopefully there's no more tracking issues along like what we saw earlier. But it is a way of the Echo lifestyle, and you just kind of have to live with it, do you?
Yeah, pretty much. Or else. I don't know.
I thought you were about to pull out the straw, and I was waiting. Don't make him pull out the straw.
No, I don't have a straw, but I do have a spoon. Just kidding. There is no spoon. Did anyone catch the Matrix trailer released about 12 hours ago or so?
No.
Kind of
Wait, what?
Yeah. You know, the new Matrix Resurrections. Now, you know whether it'll be good or not. Can't say. But as someone who considers Matrix like one of my favorite movies of all time, I'm still looking forward to it.
Mate,
go catch the trailer, man. It came out this morning. Well, for me, anyways.
This is news to me. Maybe, yeah, it's surely on YouTube. I mean, like, surely it's not just an American-only thing.
No.
Yeah.
No, not
surely not.
Not at all.
You guys already have too much of your own stuff there. We have to get VPNs to see what you guys are doing over there.
True. Well, no, you can find it out there somewhere, I'm sure. That said, round 2 is about to begin, so we're gonna get out of this round 2 screen, hopefully. Hold on. I'm getting there, folks. Might be a little bit late. There we go. Buttons weren't working. But we're back into it now, don't you worry. And we'll be Silver Ridge taking this first one, so we're getting animated like the Animatrix, seeing if they can make a play, and this is something stellar. That was Superman.
That was a backwards pass. He grabbed onto the shield there underneath. No look. I know where my teammate's gonna be, and just sent it in for 2. Oh my god, that was probably one of the best passing plays I've ever seen.
Man, I guess who was the assist? I didn't even catch it. Gotta look at the replay again in a second here. But yeah, that said, they're definitely the one, I suppose.
Dude, that was crazy. I'm definitely watching that a few times over as well. And what a way to set the tone within the second round here. But SoFreeVR, it doesn't really look like they're letting it get to them here. As we see Dazza with the disc, sending it over to Pac-Man. It will be Goki with the possession and taking their time here. They're trying to set up their plays. Off the backboard might be the pass, wrapping around the post, sending it over towards the right side. Boo now sending it for the cut-in, and Outback Blaze with a shot for the goal there. 2 points to 2.
And assist there by Boo, who good to see Boo in the game here, because I don't think I've seen Boo. I don't believe I've casted Boo this season yet. Can't say it for sure, but obviously returning player here, veteran in the OCE scene. So always glad to see those familiar names just as much as the new ones.
Yep, and Gaming Tim just saying a lie in the chat there, an outright lie, as we see an outright save there from SoFreeVR. Great save there in the goals. I believe that was from Dazza. Actually, was that from Dazza? I'm not sure. Was it Dazza or Outback? Well, I'm sorry, whoever it was. So it will be Goki now with the possession here, avoiding Punda and sending it over to Outback.
All right, well, Outback Blaze on one end, Gaki on the other end of the floor, one in the midline. I mean, the spacing pretty much perfect here. Perfect square, but now actually being turned over, but they do have a midfielder there. One booster coming along, taking it in just quick seconds is Silver Ridge and co. Real Zero, Soggy Bunnings, and they will get the goal. Oh, holding! Look at Soggy Bunnings holding the arm. I think pointing out, I'm the one-arm bandit now. I thought he was going for the whole basketball, you know, where you kind of you hold.
It is, yeah.
You hold the finish. I wasn't sure.
He even pointed at it as well. Take a look at this, Palidore. Zoom in on it. Witness greatness. He lined up the shot. That was a Punda move there. Well, lining up the shot from the tunnel.
I wasn't sure because Soggy was having those tracking issues. So at first I thought it was kind of, you know, holding the release. Then I thought, oh, maybe his tracking went down and he's pointing that out. Could be both.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I mean, that's like another reference to like another basketball kind of thing, kind of trend there. I mean, earlier in the game, the first 2 points scored by Leviathan, it was kind of like that no-look alley-oop there. Like, he knew where the teammate was going to be for the cut-in, didn't even look, and just sent a disc there for that play. And now, just holding that pose after the shot, I mean, style points, they should be on 15 right now.
Well, they are on 5 and trying to dance, but losing their handles. So Panda sending that off into the distance, but it will actually bounce right back into the same side of the floor here. Soggy Bunning's able to recover, just hit that shot. Now hitting maybe this wall shot. Could it be? That is a success!
Soggy Bunning snags bringing the heat to the second round here. A 3-pointer followed up by another one from 66 meters out.
Yeah, Soggy Bunning's not just soggy, those shots are straight up wet, PAMWOW.
Yep, that is definitely the pun you needed in that situation. Great punnage there from Palidore as Goki with the disc, sending it over to Boo, and Boo getting stunned out, still able to find that clear to the teammate there. Good reset there from Dazza back to Boo, and now Boo, the points definitely aren't that ahead of themselves here for SoFreeVR. They can still get back into this one, a few threes, a few twos, and honestly, like 6 minutes on the timer, they can take all the time they need here to set up any plays that they want, as we see this setup here, the 2 points to bring them back into it.
Apparently Chet not enjoying the wet phrase, so put it out with the Outback Blaze. How about that? I don't know, is that an Americanism? We're going back to the basketball thing. I mean, you know, if players scoring and they make a shot, you say, that shot was wet, you know, it's a thing. Is that just me?
No. Yeah, I see it, I recognize it.
Okay.
I don't know what you guys are on about, but you know what? If we're gonna go for the reverse of it, though, we could just say, Soggy, he's on fire. I think that's a basketball thing, isn't it?
Yeah, or alternatively, the old boom shakalaka. Those are always a favorite.
You scared me, but it's okay. I'll take the scare over the cool catchphrase anytime. As we see the stun there from Outback Blaze. Oh, speaking of on fire, unfortunately missing barely by the top of the backboard there. Went for the bounce shot, as we do find the clear here through the left tunnel, and Punda with the possession.
Oh, and just dodging through that perfect delivery up at the rim, and Soggy putting it away once again. That is nothing but Soggy scores this round, I suppose, PAMWOW. But from 3, from 2, doesn't matter.
Yep, Soggy just all up in SoFreeVR's face with these points that we've seen recently. And honestly, that first play that we saw within the opening of this round is still cycling in my head as we speak. I so badly, after this game is done, I so badly just want to go back to it and watch it again, because, man, that is just not leaving my brain.
Well, indeed, it was full of highlights, this team. That's why, again, you can see that championship caliber of play as guess who from 23 meters. It's fitting that it was 23, just like the great Michael Jordan right now. Soggy Bunning is a GOAT!
Wow. On fire is an understatement. Soggy Bunning snags just proving to be quite the menace here within this second round. Just popping out threes here and there, a dunk or two. Honestly, Leviathan just doing very well in terms of just setting themselves up for these plays here. Honestly, Soggy Bunnings as well, though. I mean, any more threes and I might just have to let the plays do the talking.
Yeah, I agree. How much more can we say before we just got to sit here and appreciate almost indeed having one heck of a round. But back passing it here, and we got about a third left to spare, but they've got a 9-point advantage for Leviathan.
Yeah, so still the mathematical time available here for SoFreeVR, because the math does check out. Soggy Bunnings with the dodge over by the Ghost. Oh, winding his way in, Soggy Bunnings. The windmill action. You can't beat him.
Let's join him then.
True. Join him in the dance, everyone. If you saw that dance there, learn it, script it. We'll get the choreography down by the end of the stream, don't worry.
Well, that's a lot of pressure on me, but me and my 2 left feet will try to meet those expectations, as Soggy definitely surpassing all expectations here today, and it's already a high bar that he sets, but really popping off in this round especially.
Yeah, I think the dancing is probably the only thing I can get remotely close to in terms of mimicking Soggy. Those plays are too insane to mimic, as well as that play there from SoFreeVR, Boo able to place it in for 2.
All right, so 6 points on the board, and they'll bring themselves back within single digits. Still a couple minutes left to spare here, and putting out the fire at least momentarily. But I can only expect, based on what we've seen, that fire might not be held off for all too long. But we shall indeed see as Silver Ridge and Soggy move up the floor together and send it off into the orange zone. I think PAMWOW, all of a sudden, out of existence. I blame Soggy for that one as PAMWOW now rejoins. Hello.
I'm not sure what just happened, but I'm back, and I hope I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, indeed. You are loud and clear.
Okay, so what just happened was I accidentally turned on my lightsaber and it cut a few wires, but I was able to repair them because, you know, I know the Force. I know a few tricks or two, but
I don't know about
Goki with the possession in the right tunnel, sending up a three-pointer would do them well here, but will it be enough? An intercept there from Soggy.
I don't know if you were trying to mess with the lightsaber and you hit some wires instead. I think you got the aim of a stormtrooper there, Pam, but that's all right. That's all right. We still love you. As Boo gets a disc here for another offensive play. Look at that. Oh, around the back, but maybe that is what undid that whole play.
Yep, and definitely you can just see the effects of the pressure that Leviathan are placing onto SoFreeVR when as soon as they get into their bubble, they're chasing each possession, they're chasing each pass, and just I feel like it's that pressure that is definitely just kind of swaying things into their favor. They force a pass, they force a clear. Here comes the clear back, and they're going to be following up on it. Don't tell me off the post. Oh my goodness, Soggy. Oh my goodness, Soggy bunning snags. Oh my goodness, Soggy bunning snags.
PAMWOW, I need you to leave.
Okay, you know what? You're right. It speaks for itself.
Same. Doo-doom. Doo-doom.
I couldn't hold myself. I needed to get back into this game. It's too good to be true.
All right, but I'm gonna leave now. No, not really. But wow, Soggy just can we what more can we say? Inhuman right now in this second round. I mean, I'm very impressed. Everything he's shooting from anywhere is going in.
It's almost as though recently, Leviathan did have a game where the tables were turned onto them, and Soggy was not a part of that game, okay? And I will tell you this, Soggy definitely was not happy with that one, and he definitely put in a lot of training after that one, and I don't know if it has any relevancy to it, maybe it won't, but it's kind of like my own conspiracy here. Soggy Bunnings is just finding all these angles, and it speaks for itself. 20 points to 6 in the second round. Leviathan will be your victors.
And just in case our stats don't show it, I just want to 16 points for Soggy in these 2 rounds. A hefty amount of those points all came in the second round, though, for sure. That was ridiculous. But not to take away from everyone else on the either team, but I mean, when you have a hot hand, and it is as evident as that round was, where everything is going down, and again, high degree of difficulty shots from all over the floor, that was one of the more impressive pop-offs I've seen from a player in a short span.
Yeah, definitely impressive to say the least there. Even the way the team was playing that game was definitely great to watch as well. SoFreeVR, again, they were doing so well throughout the entire game. Those two rounds, you could see how well they were doing in terms of chasing that disc up to Leviathan's goals and just setting themselves up. And all that was missing at the end was that execution. Whether it requires more faster passing, whether it requires, just following up on any loose discs, whatever it is, it's just that last little step that it takes to score on teams like Leviathan. But Leviathan are making it very difficult with their defensive pressure that we're seeing throughout this game. So props to SoFreeVR, but man, Leviathan just doing so well to start that fire and remain on fire throughout those 2 rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. And, with that, SoFree, obviously, as I said, coming in here, the underdogs, number 1 versus number 7, the defending championship team. So the fact that they did hold off as well as they did through a lot of that round, and I mean, they still show they just deserve to be looked at and they deserve to be paid attention to, as this is a team in SoFreeVR that I think across my a few streams that I've done of them, I mean, they're a team that is on the rise and will continue to be on said rise. It's just, Leviathan it's already kind of at that level that most teams are aiming to get to, in this region. And just a testament to their strong play and, again, that championship caliber, but nothing to be ashamed of for sure on the side of SoFree for what was still a fun match to watch.
Definitely a fun one to watch indeed, and rewatch because honestly, taking a look at that first play within the second round, if any of you guys missed it, definitely one to watch again and again and again. So take a look at it because it was fire on the court and a bit of GGs raining down like fire in the chat here. setting fire to the rain. I don't know how to tie that one into a pun. I'm sorry, I'm not Palidore. Spencer, Kaza, Bloomy, Gaming Team, Agent, and so many others that were in the chat as well earlier, sending their love our way. Huge appreciation towards you guys.
And let's see the channel points. I will get that to you right now. Don't worry. I only forget for a little bit. Here they are for you. This is the gift on behalf of all the birthdays everywhere, I do suppose. And yeah, it's been fun. You're welcome for casting Bloomy, and everyone else shouting out, Soggy insane. Soggy needs to be stopped. Gaming Tim saying, fun fact, in real life name is not Tim. Everything I know is now a lie. PAMWOW, the lights. The lights.
I told the lights. I said earlier, that's a lie. That's a straight out lie, Gaming Team. I refuse to believe it. No matter whatever you tell me, it's just a lie. I'm sorry. Your name's Tim. But with that said, yeah, Bloomy shots. Like I feel like we always hear that phrase, you know, thank you for casting, thank you for casting. But like, honestly, I feel like I'm the person that is supposed to be thanking the gameplay, because like thanking the teams for playing the games, thanking you guys for stopping the chat, because you know none of this is happening without you guys. So really appreciate all the community coming together to provide these games, because honestly I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the cast with all these games, especially with Palidore. You know, Palidore Duo can't get better than that. Honestly, it's just it's a very fun experience. Couldn't be more happier.
I agree. I'm just kind of trying to mess with my lights now. People asking what color
the lights?
Yeah, they were asking what color the lights were. I could make them change colors, sort of. It's a very manual way though, because of these these little gel filters. But anyway, those are the colors of the lights. To answer the question,
I can change my lights too as well.
Oh, I'm phasing out now.
Wait.
Don't do that.
It didn't work. Never mind.
I don't need any more of your Darth Citrus, that's his name, in my life.
Hey, who doesn't love some good citrus in their diet though? SoFreeVR and Leviathan, you know, great match in general. As we said earlier, rewatch it because a great match indeed. Thank you for everybody as well stopping by in the chat. You've got the lights catchphrase kind of starting up there, starting up the fire there. Oh, you know, Punda is actually a huge fan of the Star Wars franchise as well, so I'm pretty sure he'll appreciate the Darth Citrus as well.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. I was trying to think of a clever one for you, but off the top of my head, I don't know. What would your Sith name be, or Jedi name be, for that matter?
My Sith name would probably be.
You know it already, don't you? You've thought about this before. What is it?
I actually haven't. I'm thinking on the spot now. Darth Soggy Bunning Snags PAMWOW Legend Ultra Super. Oh my god, he did a 360 50-meter tunnel shot. That was crazy.
Nice. I think you're missing like a few X's in there, but otherwise, that's
and the little dash at the end of the name.
Oh, not the dash. Look, for anyone, can I just throw this out there? Not to turn this into Echo Overtime again, but you guys realize that when you put a dash in your name, it doesn't show up in like I can't search you on the friends list. It makes it very, very difficult on us casters to search people with dashes in their name, and everyone has a dash in their name these days. Anyway.
Yeah, Palidore is starting a change.org subscription here. Remove the dashes from your names, chat, please.
Yeah, in fairness, maybe it's more something I should raise a issue with Oculus with. Fix the dashes, but I don't know. It's such a niche thing. But at the same time, I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things. I'm just growing old. I don't understand it. What's the appeal of the dash, huh? What's wrong with, like, if I change my name to Palidore Dash, would it really be the same?
That was cool. What you just said then was so cool, Palidore. You should definitely do it.
It changes the whole dynamic of this. Like, we wouldn't even be Palidore anymore. It would just be. It would be Pash.
Hey, I'm not complaining. It sounds pretty cool to me. I really like playing devil's advocate for you, Palidore. I will always kind of say the opposite thing just to get that reaction. Whether it's Dr. Pepsi, whether it's Palidash, whatever it is, I'll be there to ruin the day. But you know what? You made my day, so thanks for the cast as well, Palidore.
Turning off the lights, I'm seeing too much of them now.
What's the time for you? Speaking of lights, it's light down. It's soon light up for you. In terms of the sun, I think it's around 4 a.m. What's the time?
Yep, 4:11 a.m. right about now, so just about that bedtime, I do suppose. But with that, thank you everyone for joining. Again, you guys have been incredibly active, so much so that, again, I gotta practically brag to the NA casters and things like that. Like, hey, you know, the OC matches at night. Every time I join up, it's just they're proportionally they're like totally outdoing what NA is putting out in terms of chatters and viewers. Proportionally, anyways. It's always a fun time. But with that said, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but then again, it's thanks to casters like you. It's thanks to the community in general. I mean, as much as we could say, yeah, like you know, OC kind of just sticking out in this regard, but it's then again, it's like it leads back to you. It ties back to you and your community because you founded it. You're coming back over to this region. You're doing these late night casts. You're doing these early morning casts. So in general, it does tie back to you and your efforts. So yeah, huge shout out and thanks to the NA community as well.
Oh sure, I say it it's like a nice. I say it lovingly, of course, because I always say OC just reminds me of NA in the early days, and it's continuing to do so. And just in terms of that community closeness and the steady growth and all that stuff, used to be the same way when Echo was only only 30 teams deep, like in the whole world. It was kind of the same thing when there was competitive matches, because all the teams basically knew each other for the most part. Everyone would show up, right? Because everyone was that tight knit and knew each other. So it's kind of a similar thing, which is why I always say, you know, you guys are growing. You guys are growing. Just make sure you keep that close knit stuff.
They grow up so fast.
They do. That's why they call me Palidad. It's like all the generations are growing up around me, man. Anyway.
1 second, let me just dry my tears real quick.
Yeah, don't spill your Dr. Pepsi now, please.
There was a bit of Dr. Pepsi there for a second. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's just a little bit of red on the lightsaber. It's fine.
Hey, I'm seeing the light. Well,
hopefully it's the sunlight.
Probably.
That was a bit more than the sun. Okay, all right. I think that calls it. I think we call it a stream.
You've turned me into a ghost.
Are you friendly?
Nope.
Can I call you Casper?
No, but I'll shout out to Boo. Anyway, on that note, you know, I did stand-up comedy once for a bunch of ghosts. They booed me off the stage. Anyway, all right, time to watch your guys' replays. Time for me to go to bed, I suppose. PAMWOW, enjoy the rest of your evening. Twitch chat, enjoy the rest of yours. Soggy Bunning Snag, go, like, sit in a bucket of ice or something. You need to cool down. Everyone else, though, have a good night. Be happy, healthy, safe. Be good to each other. Darth, Citrus, and I will see you again really soon.
See you later.
And we're underway.
Season 4 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, VRware, Rebuff Reality, VR Cover, and ProTube VR. Also sponsored by Soggy Bunning Snags, the Michael Jordan of this era.